So I thought I'd make a quick video on how to put the 3.6 liter V6 Pentastar in top dead center and show you guys how easy this is. We'll get right into it. Coming up on it, so as you can tell, we've got both valve covers off. We've got the timing cover off. We already made our marks, but to get this in top dead center, so on the right hand bank, which is the passenger side, you've got these lines right here on the cam phasers, and then also you have the arrows. This is the passenger side, so right hand bank. So right hand bank, you want these two lines facing towards each other like it is right here. Left hand bank, you want the arrows pointing towards each other, right, like this. That's setting the top portion of it, top dead center. Next, you want to come down here to the crankshaft. And right here is the main cap. Right up here is the block of the engine. So you got the main cap and the block right here. There's a dimple right here on this, on the crankshaft. Right here somewhere, I can't really tell on the camera, but there's a dimple right here on the camshaft, or crankshaft right here. You want to line this up where the split is right here, this line, this horizontal line, with the main cap and the engine block. This split right here, you want to line that dimple up with it. Once you get that dimple that's on the crankshaft, on that horizontal line with the main cap and the engine block, the crankshaft is in the top dead center position. That means cylinder 1 is in its very top stroke. And then, like I said, once you get the left and right hand banks, like I said, these lines facing towards each other. Driver side, left side, make sure the arrows are facing towards each other. Another way to check it, and like I said, this is super easy to time these. So let's say you're doing some work on the cam phasers, you're replacing the cam phasers. So you've got this little dot right here, and then this little dot right there. This one on the right side is on the cam phaser itself. This dot is on the camshaft. So that's a good way of knowing that you have the camshafts with the cam phasers lined up and properly timed, because there is a little dimple inside this. You got the camshaft and you got the cam phaser. There's a little dimple on the camshaft when it slides over. You want to make sure that that's perfectly timed. Like I said, with these dots right here, you want to make sure those are lined up, especially when putting these cam phasers back on, because you'll mushroom that dimple on there. And it's the same way with the driver side. Another way to tell if you are doing maintenance on the camshafts, because these have notorious for getting chewed up and all that, just because of these roller followers. So these 4 holes, these are supposed to be facing up. Same side, same way as the driver side. Now, the nice thing about this too, they conveniently made this, and I'll be going over a special kit to do service on this engine, is they conveniently made flat spots on the camshaft right here, as well as on the exhaust, and same thing on the other side. So I'll be going over that special tool in a minute, but there's a wedge that goes in between here, and then you're able to hold the camshaft while you've got the locking block, because I believe the locking block, and I see a lot of guys do it, where they're unloosening this big banjo bolt right here, because this gets torqued like 118 foot-pounds or something like that. They're only relying on the plastic wedge to hold those cam phasers in place while they're loosening or tightening that bolt. So I would recommend getting a big wrench right here on the camshaft, because you're not going to damage it right here, because this is all just I believe this is like cast iron or something like that, but it's made to have a wrench on here in case you have to adjust the camshaft with aligning the timing and everything like that. But going over marking, so this is what we did. So we took the lines right here on top of the camshaft phaser, and we marked the 2 links between this valley deal right here. Same thing on this one. Same thing on the driver's side. And then we went down to the idler sprocket down here and we made a line going up to this link right here, and then the links behind it. So this is marking for this rear chain for the driver's side. We went ahead and painted the 2 links right here that match up with this tooth right here, which then we marked it again right here just for better visuals, and then vice versa on the bottom. We made a mark of a line down here. We marked the 2 chains. So this is a kit off Amazon. It comes with pretty much every tool you'll need to either, whether you're replacing the camshaft, timing chain, taking the heads off like we are, anything like that. I'm not going to try and even pronounce that name, but Yisini U2 something. Comes with a nice heavy duty case, real hinges, not that folding plastic crap on those other hinges. So we've already got the locking blocks already installed. Now I like the style of these because it actually has a really tight fit. You actually have to use a mallet to get these installed. So super tight fit. The other ones I've seen, you can just loosely put them in there, and I don't know how loose they are with clearances, with holding the cam phasers in place. Also comes with these wedges. Now these wedges are for, now this one I believe it's for this engine. We're not going to be using it because we have the timing chain off, but these are for if you're leaving the timing cover on and you're just replacing, like, let's say the cam shafts or the phasers. These wedges go in between, I believe, the chain and the guides to keep the chains tight so you don't lose timing, so you're able to replace the cam phasers or cam shafts. But we're not going to be using these. Next, it comes with the release pins for the timing chain tensioners. Now we cut this one because we found out on the ratcheting chain tensioner on the top, on the left side, driver's side, you have to have it flat or straight like this one. So we ended up cutting this one. It also comes with this one that has a 90-degree angle. This one fits perfect. We already tested it. For the lower one down here, just goes right in that hole. So right in this hole down here on the top, it goes right in that hole once you get this compressed. Now this one you can actually just push it in with your hand and then put the pin in while you're pushing it in. Ratcheting chain one on the driver's side, so left side, it's another story, and that one's a pain. And we're going to show you how to do that real quick, and then we're going to finish up off camera, finishing replacing this because we're in a hurry. So you're going to need a tiny pick screwdriver like this. Now if you look down in this hole, there's a powell. So if you know how ratchets work, there's a powell inside that hole, and you can almost see it right there at the top. So I'm going to try and get this on camera. So you're going to take your tiny screwdriver and you're going to pry up, and you heard that click. That's from me prying up on that powell. What that's doing is it's releasing this part right here that actually has the gears on it, the teeth. So it's releasing this so this can get pushed back. This top part has a plate that goes down that meets with the edge of this piston. So you're going to need to release this with the tiny screwdriver to push this piston all the way back in. Now before I end the video, we're going to go ahead and remove these cam phasers to show you guys how well these blocks work. So you're going to need a 35mm socket with a breaker bar, because these are, like I said, these are pretty tight. So we're just going to rely on just this plastic block on removing these. I didn't even see it budge. So yeah, I didn't even see anything budge really. And like I said, these bolts get tightened down to like 118 foot-pounds or something like that. So far these do actually work very well at keeping the engine timed while you're removing these. Look at that. So yeah, with these blocks you're definitely able to keep the engine timed, and you're not going to lose timing with these cam phasers rotating. So it's keeping them dead center where they're supposed to be. I'm going to try the driver's side. There we go. There we go. So now when you are installing the cam phasers, if you're removing them like we are and you're installing them, you're going to use the same blocks to tighten those bolts. I believe it's like 118 foot-pounds, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but you get the gist. But figured I'd make this quick video of showing you guys how to get the timing set up and all that. So hopefully you liked the video. If you did, leave a like and consider subscribing. We'll see you on the next one.